Hey guys, what's going on? This is Darth Shaggy and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while since I've updated anything. I've been having some major computer problems with my memory and everything on the computer, so I haven't been able to load any videos lately. Hopefully those are all fixed. If you're watching this, so obviously something must be going right. But anyway, that being said, I thought I would do another haul video. Hopefully this one won't be as long as the last ones, and it will all be just one video instead of multiple videos. I am going to however do like throughout January and early February. So let's get things started. This first thing I'm showing is something that caused somewhat of a controversy. I bought this for a friend. Somebody else ended up getting it for him at about the exact same time, so I was going to end up selling it to another friend, and I thought I'd play a practical joke on him, and it kind of backfired. Either way, I ended up getting stuck with it. I say stuck with it. I am a Eddie Guerrero fan, and I have also thought about keeping it or taking it back or whatever. Anyway, as of right now, I've got an Eddie Guerrero Mattel figure, which I'm not a fan of the Mattel figures, so go figure. But anyway, that is one of the few wrestling items. I'll get to the rest of them. They're all open. The rest of them are all open. So I'm going to do carded figures first, and then move on to open figures. While we're talking about wrestling, though, this isn't technically a wrestling figure. This is a Transformer, but it's one that I really wanted. And those of you who know about the TV show Transformers Prime, The Rock was the voice of a character, and everybody knew I wanted to pick one up of Cliff Jumper, other than the Bumblebees, of course. But I found a Cliff Jumper. I was like, oh, so I ended up picking him up. Eventually, I'd like to get a smaller Rock figure, maybe the Roadblock figure from G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe movie coming out, and pose him with Prime giving him the rock bottom. I think it'd be kind of funny. Let's keep them on rolling. Everybody knows I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I've passed this figure so many times in the past. Oh, not so many times. I've only seen it like once in the past, but it popped back up on the shelves after Christmas for real cheap, so couldn't resist it. I know the articulation's not that good, but it'll look good going next to my Orsing and my Bounty Hunters. Let's keep on keeping on. Let's move on to G.I. Joe. Originally, I didn't really want to do a lot of in stop motions. If I do a stop motion to G.I. Joe, I always wanted to just use the guys that were on Renegades, the Roadblock and Tunnel Rat, and so. But I saw this guy and I couldn't pass him up. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it or however. But I couldn't pass up on Lifeline with all his accessories and everything. And he was fairly cheap too. If you find a store that doesn't have the price on it, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I ended up getting Lifeline, and just like the Honda Unaka, I was able to find a Cobra Viper that was on sale after Christmas. Picked him up from dirt cheap. And while we're talking Cobras, let's go ahead and talk about the Renegade figures that everybody is looking for, everybody's army building. I was able to find a Renegade's Cobra Trooper. And being a army builder, why stop with just one? I found another one. So I got two Cobra Troopers. And why stop at just two? I'm just kidding. I didn't pick up a third one. Anyway, I did, however, find another one that everybody's army building, and that being the Cobra Zombie, which is an awesome looking figure. if I do say so myself. And like I said, being an army builder, why stop at just one? I did, however, buy 3 of them, but I traded one of them for another figure that I kind of wanted. And it was also a guy that he sent me out looking for him. Anyway, I traded it off for a Marvel Universe figure that I had passed on in the past. And I was able to pick up, well, we're moving onto Marvel Universe anyway, so I picked up a Wrecker from the guy, traded a Marvel Zombie for him. And another one that I had passed on in the past and able to find it in the store again was a Constrictor, starting to build up my villains a little bit, so I can pose them with like fighting the Hulk and stuff. The flea market, the lady at the flea market had a couple of carded figures that were dirt cheap. I mean, 2 packs are what, $15 in the store. I ended up picking this one up for just $5. That is dirt cheap. And that's not all she had for $5. Pick this one up. I would have never bought it myself, but she had this one for $5, and I figured I could turn around and sell that for 10 easily. But I'm not, as of right now, I'm not planning on selling it anyway. Maybe trading it sometime in the future, but I don't know. That's the future. Sticking with superheroes, I know it's not Marvel Universe, but it's Marvel Universe scale. And right after Christmas, I was able to find some of these guys. They're usually $13. They've marked down to $7 on here, and they were half price of that. So got it for a pretty good deal. And again, armor building. Why stop it with just one? Okay, now let's move on to the open figures. And while we're on superheroes, let's keep on keeping on with them. I started working at a comic book shop, and a couple weeks ago, the guy said that he would do it. I mean, he would help me out if I helped him out. And he asked me if I had this figure, and I told him, well, no, not really. I've always passed on it. I eventually wanted to get it, but I always passed on it because the character itself, I'm not that big. I don't know that much about, actually. Being newly returning to comics, I didn't know much about this character. I'm starting to learn more and more about him. But he asked me if I had a Red Hulk, and I told him no. So he gave me a opened one, which I kind of would like to have had the card too, but oh well. For free, that's, you can't beat that. And another friend of mine who works at the flea market, I help him out a lot. I've helped him out for years. He got a box of figures and Transformers and stuff like that, and he let me go through them before he actually started pricing them up and getting ready to sell them. And he told me to go through and see if there was anything I wanted in it, and he would price it up and sell it to me later. But I got the next couple figures from him. One being, I believe this is the Face-Off Hulk. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment in the section below. But I believe that's the Face-Off Marvel Legend Hulk. Like I said, leave a comment below. And seeing that I'm a big Hulk fan, he also had a Hulk that I was kind of looking for, a better articulation than the ones I've had in the past. But I picked up the movie The Incredible Hulk figure. Goes great with Marvel Legends, better than the ones, or Marvel Universe, better than the regular ones. And just as proof to that, I got Belowski from, or the guy who becomes Abomination, I think that's his name. Picked him up, and see, he does go perfectly to scale with him. And that is all my superhero figures. Let's go back to Star Wars for a minute. I'm not sure what set this came from. It's an older figure, I believe. He has a removable helmet, and he's got all kinds of removable padding. I don't recognize the helmet, but somebody said that it might possibly be a gunner, which, if anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. The top part is removable, the helmet is removable, and his shoulder pads are removable. But he's got an ARC Trooper rifle, so I'm not sure who he is. But if you know, let me know in the comments below. Let's go back into wrestling a little bit. That's the only carded or open Clone Trooper or Star Wars figure I got, which makes 51 Clone Troopers, by the way. But anyway, moving on to wrestling. Figure that I thought was the figure line that I thought was kind of cool. I got some in the past. I got 2 in the past. Never really thought about buying any more. I got the Hardy Boys, but my friend got this in his packet of figures for me to go through, and he got a Bobby Lashley. I thought, why not? Not much of a Bobby Lashley fan, never was, but oh well. And picked up an Edge, which he's kind of cool. I'd like to get a Christian so I could set up a match between the Hardys and Edge and Christian. I think it looked kind of cool. And while we're talking about Canadians, let's talk about my favorite wrestling Canadian, being Bret the Hitman Hart. Awesome looking figure. These things are stacked with articulation too. If you haven't seen them before, they got the ab crunch, they got everything but the ankle pivot, or the ankle rockers, whatever. Anyway, let's do the last figure, and this is one that I kind of passed on at the time. I had bought a lot of the original movie Transformers, but I kind of quit collecting there for a long time, and the second movie came out, and I thought the figure was kind of cool, but I passed on it. And then since then they've came out with 3 or 4 different paint schemes of the same figure, and I kept thinking, oh, I want the original. If I got one, I want the original, and I haven't been able to find one for ever since, until now, that is, and that being Ravage the Insult Comic. Oh, poop on you. Anyway, that's a poor rendition of him. But anyway, what was cool about it was all these figures that this guy got. He was going to price them up for me, and he told me not to worry about it. And when I asked him how much I owed him, he basically gave them to me for helping him out. So that's probably over $100 worth of figures for free, and I want to thank him. Romero, you're the man. Anyway, if you see anything in here that you want me to review, I may try to start doing reviews. I know I've bought figures in the past just to review, and have yet to do a action figure review. But anyway, if you'd like me to review any of this, pretty much everything's going to be open except for maybe the Eddie Guerrero. I may keep that one in the box just in case. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But anyway, I hope you liked what you see. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want. And also, I'm going to, in my underlink or underbar down under my pants, I'm going to put a link to my YouTube fan page. You can check out stuff on there, like my KCW wrestling videos are getting ready to be posted on there. I go there to get ideas for future videos. I post pics from ACBA stuff and all the whatnot. Anyway, I'm going to start posting videos in there too. Anyway, if you like what you see on here, go over there and give it a like. It's under the same name, DarthShaggy316. Anyway, it's give it a like, and we can party on over there too. I guess that wraps up this video. Again, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. See ya. Shaggy out.